Hello viewers, welcome to my YouTube video. In this video I am going to drive this Mercedes-Benz CapaCity L on Route 109 from U-Bahnhof Alsterdorf to, where does it go to? Hauptbahnhof. Excuse me. And Route 109 in real life it's they call it Innovationlinie. The innovation line, but I'm not quite sure if the bus I'm driving is innovative, but it works. So I think on innovation lines they run renewable energy buses, which apparently isn't this one. This one is a diesel. So I put myself on a route already, and I'll talk about stuff as I drive along. So first, let me tell you something about this. It was released on 15th of March 2018, and I actually got it on the day when it was released. I mean the bus, not the map. The map is Hafencity, which was released before that, and it came with Volvo 7900 and H and 7900 articulated H articulated. So them they don't work quite well, but oh, by the way, I'm using a controller because I worked out how it works. But then on 15th of March a pack of 3 buses was released. Those were 2017 models. It was released in 2018. Those were 2017 models. It's got Citaro Standard, Citaro G, and this one, the CapaCity L. You'll notice that it's got a new steering wheel, and also the Mercedes logo didn't come with the add-on. With the add-on you don't get the Mercedes logo, you don't. And that one, that Mercedes logo as well, that was nothing, and that was, instead of Mercedes, it's a Hochbahn logo. So that was just some online forum that I got. But anyway, I wanted to make this video on the day it was released, which was more than 3 months ago. But for some reasons I didn't. And then after that I didn't make any Let's Play video except the heavy haulage one in ETS2. And well, if you look at my YouTube, you may have noticed I've been away for several weeks. What's wrong with me? For quite a long time. So let me fast forward the time to. And I am not going to use navigation because I know this route quite well, and it is raining because I like rain. I'm gonna use the game controller, so the aircon is on, by the way. You can probably hear it. And I am going to talk about stuff as I always do. Oh, you stupid son. Oh, that wasn't good enough. You see, this Mercedes mirror just doesn't work quite well. Okay, that'll do. Handbrake on. Shut up. Now, if you've got your wiper on and then you shut off the engine, it will stop. Hello, 55211. Hello people, welcome on board my bus. So, let me tell you some stuff. Let me sell tickets first. Do I need to turn my lights on? I think I probably do. Orbit. What's a light button? That one, fantastic. So I wanted to do this bus on the day it was released, and I've been wanting to do that, but I didn't do it for some stupid reasons. Because I actually really like this bus. It's probably my favourite bendy bus, to be honest. I actually quite like the Van Hook AGG 300 a lot as well, but that one is sort of underpowered. It doesn't really work quite well, but this one, it works better. And also when you steer this one, be careful because it's got a rear steer axle. Anyway, I am going to talk about what's happening to me recently, this month basically. So at the beginning of this month, stuff happened, and then well, don't worry about that. And then the first 2 weeks, the first 4 weeks, I've got some sort of exam happening, and I had to do the exam. It was stupidly hard, the mathematics one, but I still get stressed from it now. And then the weekends I was just playing because I got too stressed. And also I think I've done a bit Len Diesel Plus. I have been focusing on that a little bit, but then I stopped. Well, I didn't actually stop, I paused because I got too stressed. Not from the YouTube making stuff, but from my other stuff that we shouldn't worry about. And then the highlights bit would be last weekend. So today is the 20... Sorry, I just don't like talking over the announcement. Today is the 25th of June 2018, which is the day that's half year away from Christmas, I shall say. By the way, you may also have noticed that I turned the graphics settings up because I reckon that it looks amazing. No, it's a bit laggy. It doesn't really, the graphics setting doesn't really affect the frame rate that much, at least from my experience. So the highlight was the weekend, which was Saturday 23rd and Sunday 24th of June 2018. And what happened was that... So what happened in the world, well, in England, in Britain specifically, was that Saturday was the last day of Virgin Trains East Coast, and Sunday was therefore the first day of London North Eastern Railway. So, to be honest, I didn't actually quite care, because I guess I need to put my sound blind in a bit. You stupid thing. Oh, that's enough, that's good enough. So basically, Saturday, I actually didn't know Saturday was the last day. I think my sun blind is too low. Let me just stop to adjust my sun blind. You see, in real life, I can just put my finger there to adjust the sun blind. I don't actually have to stop. But this is the game. What can you expect? So basically, Sunday I planned to go to Reading, and I did. And it was when I went to Reading and I looked at Instagram story. Oh, you stupid son. I looked at Instagram story, and then I just realised that it was the last day of VTEC. And the reason why I went to Reading was that well, sadly it might be my last sporting thing in a while, and I probably wouldn't be able to spot anything in. I probably wouldn't be able to spot anything within 3 months, and don't ask me why, that's complicated. So that I didn't really want to lose my last chance. So I went to Reading because I quite like Reading. For some reason, see, their buses are actually quite nice. The tickets are cheap, but they've got some nice models. Of course, the gas ones. I don't mind the gas ones, but a lot of people don't like it. But they've got some diesel ones that are quite nice, and also some. It didn't happen. It probably didn't happen last week, but Reading often has some special bus stuff going on. For example, the 10,000th Enviro 400 that went to Reading, and what else? And also their trains, they require quite a lot of diesels going on there. So I think I may as well just go to Reading. And also it's pronounced Reading when it spells reading. And the county is called Berkshire, so I can just slag people off when they pronounce it wrong. And talk about how strange the English language is. So basically I went to Reading, and then I did stuff. And well, because I noticed that it was the last day of I think I'm late. Whatever. The timetable is quite loose in this. I think it's designed for you to drive the Volvo B5LH economically. So that's why it's quite loose. But I'm driving diesel, and it doesn't really make a difference when I drive it economically versus not economically. It makes a difference on the B5LH because it's got regen, but regen, it doesn't work quite well. So in terms of braking, it does charge your battery, but it doesn't really brake much. But anyway, so Saturday I went to Reading, and then what happened? Yeah, I got some pics of HSTs, some Hitachi, probably no Eco Turbo, and Voyager. And actually Scott went to, by the way, at Scott_trains. He went to Birmingham, New Street, to spot VTEC, I guess. I don't think VTEC goes through Reading. It probably doesn't, because Reading is to the west of London. And I asked him. The unit I got on was 22017, I guess. One of them that went to Newcastle. That was the last unit I got on. And I asked him to photograph that one, and apparently he failed to do so. But it doesn't matter. At least I talked to Scott, and he's amazing. At least we were spotting on the same day. I mean, if he told me earlier, I would have gone to Birmingham, probably. Anyway, my trip in Reading. So basically, I was train spotting, and then I went bus spotting in Reading. And then I ate McDonald's. What did I do? No, I ate McDonald's first after train spotting and then went on bus spotting. I got a Reading ticket, I took a bus to IKEA and then back. I also, of course, I shopped a bit in IKEA. And then back, and then that's all I use for the ticket, which is probably a bit of a waste. I only use it twice. And I did the full route visual from, I think I did the route 26, or I don't know, the orange one that goes to, well, there are only two routes to IKEA, the blue one and the orange one, I forgot the number. I took that one too. It's an Enviro 400 hybrid. The driver is a bit mental. Because he was alright. He refused to give change, so I had to use mobile payment. I don't know if he legitimately didn't have change, or I don't know if he didn't have change for real, or he just didn't bother calculating, because that's what some drivers do. But given that he wasn't really a good driver, in terms, I mean, he was not nice enough. He wasn't like an arse, but in terms of bus driving, he's a bit unskilled, should I say, or undertrained. And at a junction, or not junction, definitely not junction, it's a bit two-way and then it became one-way. Like the middle string of that, I forgot what the name that is, but it wasn't controlled by traffic light. So basically, that driver was supposed to give way to oncoming traffic, but he didn't. Fortunately, that Enviro 400H, it's actually quite powerful. It works. That it just went, and the other driver was in an Audi car. He had to brake. So that was a bit stupid. But apart from that, he's fine. Probably. And a bit of, didn't quite drive comfortably. Might be running out of time. But I was stupidly setting up the camera before he departed. I was setting it up but didn't hit record, because that's what you're supposed to do. And I saw a quite vintage bus went by, a double-decker. Not quite sure if it's a Route Master, probably not, probably somewhat older than a Route Master. Not even sure if it's privately owned, because I saw something similar in Manchester quite a while ago in, don't know, not quite, oh she's stupid. Really? Really, car? Really? You have got to be joking. This is why I have my collision turned off. And my Reading, oh, and then I called Jade. Jade, if you're watching, I called you. I was telephoning with her. She's my fellow American mate, and she's amazing. She isn't quite American, but anyway, I was talking to her because she's amazing. Don't forget to turn the dimmed lamp on. Yep. Please stop lagging, you stupid computer. Anyway, whilst it's lagging, I can talk about stuff. So basically, I was talking to her and talked about stuff. I actually called her on my way back and from IKEA. And on that bus, I didn't do anything. Hello? Are you actually mad? Oh my god. So I was talking to her about stuff that's been happening to me. But anyway, it's too laggy for me to drive. I think it might be my graphics settings. Or is it usually laggy at this space? Let me turn some of them down. You can go down, you can go down, you can go down. Anyway. And what do I do afterwards? Well, there's some sort of great things happen. I did some rather time-consuming photography stuff. You stupid lagging machine. Game, I should say. Some videoing and photoing stuff that people stuff, nice people stuff. I think I need to go. I'm normally early. Why am I late this time? Probably because I'm talking. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure I turn right here. Oh no. If the frame rate drops below 10, it starts to dance. Glitch. Maybe I should turn off ring reflection as well. What the hell is wrong? It suddenly looks strange without ring reflection. You see the frame rate didn't go up. I'll turn it back on in a bit. So basically, that goes up. Don't care. Anyway, see, it just looks strange when you turn the graphics settings down. Anyway, my frame rate is wandering around 10, which is not good. You see, I'm constantly playing OMSI2 at around 15 frames per second, and that's actually average in OMSI2. So don't show me whatever. Don't show me how amazing 60 FPS is. OMSI2 can never run at a high frame rate unless you load absolutely nothing. Not absolutely. Almost nothing. So basically, I did some long time consuming. I didn't do long exposure because it wasn't dark and it was too sunny. It's a bit strange to do it on a sunny day because your background ends up being too bright, and then if you're facing towards the sun, or I mean, if the moving things aren't well lit enough, it won't show up in the image. Given that I use an ND filter, which is what I have. So I didn't do long exposure, although it would be quite nice. It's easier to do that in winter because it gets dark quite early. I actually like dark because I'm a vampire, sort of. Well, I don't like being under sunshine, that's for sure. That break was a bit harsh. Anyway, then as I got tough, after I did some stuff, I thought it was time to go. And I went to London that night. That's to be talked about later. But before that, I was doing my last bit of bus photoing on the near train station bit. Forgot where, but the near train station bit where a cow-looking Scania Enviro 300 gas thing in the cow livery. That's where it terminated. You know the church place? You probably don't. The church place, near that place, and there's the I think it was the east end of the walking place, the pedestrian place, where there was a bin lorry passing and no other motorized vehicles. So that place, there was a clock place. And I saw a cow-looking Enviro 300, which is in fact the livery that's the world's fastest bus. Hashtag Project V Room. Vroom. What happened? This is extremely odd. What the hell happened? Hello? Might be a frame rate. Anyway, hello viewers, welcome back. Things just went wrong, and let me resume this from here, and that's the stop. I'm currently at the stop before the stop I got glitched. So that's where I am. So let me resume from there. I think that's... oh, I forgot which one I did. That one. Probably. Nope. That one. Oh. Well, that looks pretty good enough. I'll just stop here for a bit. So that would be 55216. Don't remember, but I'll take over from here. So let me continue talking about stuff. Where was I? Yes, the world's fastest bus. So I was photographing this world's fastest bus. I forgot the reg. You just Google it. It's I may post this in the future because I think I posted this in the past. Maybe I haven't, but I definitely got a picture in the past. So I was photographing this world's fastest bus in all sorts of angles. And you know how the side of the arse has got the Scania logo thing? It's not a complete Scania logo, but just the lion thing. And I wanted to photograph that from the left hand side. and I was at an angle pointing directly at the so basically in the center of my frame it was the edge of the, you know, that round things sticking out bit, the corner, yes, I think that's how you call it, the corner of that. And I noticed that there was some scratch on that one. By the way, I turned down my graphics settings. Hopefully it won't do anything wrong this time. Also, I made some cloud there, so I go away, you stupid taxi. Get on the curb, you idiot. Anyway, doesn't matter. So I didn't bother to scratch. I just wanted to get a Scania logo shot, but I didn't notice that there was some scratch. Then, because it was stopping next to the shelter, so in order to take that shot, I kinda went on the road a bit, but there was no bus around me. Well, the driver was on board, sitting on the passenger seat. He saw me, but he didn't do anything. He didn't bother. I don't think he smiled. He might have. I'm not quite sure, but he wasn't like a scumbag. But then the next driver came. He was an absolute scumbag. Okay. So if you're that driver and you're watching this, go finger yourself. That just sounds a bit homophobic, doesn't it? Anyway. That driver was an absolute scumbag. He drove towards that Reading to rest on an Enviro 400. First gen, not sure facelift or not. Probably not facelift. But I wasn't sure whether or not it was a hybrid or not either. I wasn't sure whether it was a hybrid or a diesel, but it was an Enviro 400 first gen. Okay. And that driver stopped. I looked at him, sort of smiled. Not really, but he gave me a dirty look. And gave me a dirty look. And I was sort of inspecting around the bus. And my eyes were on the sorry, I forgot to set my tablet to... Shut up! So then I looked at the side... Then I looked at the side destination board. I did go the right way, didn't I? So the passenger side destination board. And my eyes were on the Alexander Dennis logo, and I kind of want a close-up shot on that shot, not short. I kind of wanted a close-up shot on that. You know, I actually have some problem with short vowels. I don't, okay? I don't have a problem, I just tend to lengthen my vowels and I tend to lengthen anything when I drive. When I speak and drive, because I'm just thinking, okay? So I wanted to take a shot. Why do you complain about low temperatures? 16 degrees. You stupid tropical people. I was about to take a shot. Stupid car. And as I looked at the driver, because before I pulled out my camera, my camera was hanging on my neck, but before I pointed my camera, I looked at the driver. When I looked at driver, I think I was going to point the camera to the side destination, but it was either that or I was ready to take the reg first, because that's how I take note. I looked at the driver was staring at me, gesturing me to go there, you know, the wiggly finger thing pointing up, that gesture. So I went there, okay, and the driver said me, he didn't shout, it wasn't loud, he wasn't loud, but he was just rude. And he asked me, what are you doing? I told him I was photographing. I told him I am photographing. I was photographing at that time, okay. And then he asked me, clearly that was an assumption which made me angry. He asked me, why was I photoing? Why was I taking pictures of the damages of the bus? Okay, that actually got me angry. I didn't go like, I was quite what's the word I'm looking for? I didn't go mental, and therefore I was quite, my brain isn't working today. I was quite conscious. I was quite conscious, so I still had my manner, but I was just angry. So so then I flooded words at him. I said I wasn't taking pictures of the scratches. I wasn't focusing on the scratch. I was just taking a picture. And then he said okay as he saw the as he saw his colleague from the Scania driver. So the Scania driver, as the Scania driver came, he kind of looked at him and said to me okay. And then there's, because I actually prepared some more words for the scumbag driver, but as he said okay I just left because didn't really want to. I was completely up for an argument with him, but I just didn't go for it because didn't feel like wasting my time. But if he wanted to, I'd happy to go for it. So and then I just left. I was going to photograph his bus, but then I didn't, because he was just stupid. Yeah, that was. And for the fellow enthusiast, bus enthusiast out there, shit, you have the wrong number. Don't worry about me, I've been through that a lot, it doesn't bother me, I just like to talking about bad people. Okay, I don't get bothered by them that much, actually not that at all, because there's no point. I just like chatting about them, bantering. You know, when people say it's, I actually talk about people behind their backs a lot. I don't see it as a bad thing, because it's sort of human nature. You do evaluate people. You do think about people behind their back. This, I don't see it as a problem. It's just, I mean, I don't necessarily say mean things. I sometimes say good things about people behind their back. If you do something mean, I will say it with other people. But even if I don't, many other people would probably do. So, yeah, you can't stop. It's how humans work. And I actually get quite annoyed when people say some things when they intend to be nice, but they actually end up going against human nature. But anyway, let's not talk about that, let's talk about the weekend. Oh, and also before that, before the scumbag driver came, I was photoing the Scania gas thing. When I kept saying Scania, it was actually Scania underneath an Enviro 300 bodied. It's a Scania gas bus. Let me drink a bit of tea because my mouth is a bit dried. And when I was voting the arse of the Scania, some cyclists were cycling on the opposite side. It was a one-way road, by the way. They were cycling on the opposite side. I don't think they are English or from any English-speaking places. So basically he just shouted, "You can't take photos. The CCTV's watching." No, which is completely rubbish. You are totally allowed to take photos in public. Just not of human beings. Or of any private things. But apparently buses aren't private. It wasn't a private bus. Even if, under some act of freedom of information, I'm not familiar with that, but I've seen people requesting information about buses using freedom of information. Apparently you shouldn't just go in front of a person and photograph that person. Of course you can't do that. Well, I don't think you can photograph people's private properties either, such as cars or houses. I'm not quite sure about that, but I'm not interested in that anyway. So, then that guy just shouted at me in some sort of Russian accent. I'm not quite sure what accent that is, but it definitely didn't sound native. To be honest, I can't really distinguish many accents. I just didn't bother. I sort of flipped my eyes. I did flip my eyes for the scumbag driver as well after I finished talking to him. But that was more than those scumbag cyclists. So basically, I just didn't bother. I mean, I actually was up for an argument with them as well, but I didn't bother. But if they ever started one, I was ready for it. I actually didn't. I continued photographing, and they didn't say anything either. They just cycled away. And it was actually kind of cycling quite slowly and swinging left and right. That cringy cycling thing. Can you change, please? Because apparently this, yeah. You see that T thing? It's a sign of you closing your doors and readying to leave, and now you can leave. Yep. That's a bus signal. I haven't talked about that in Lendizo Plus yet. That probably will be talked about. So. Oh, are you starting to lag again, you this place is a bit laggy. Anyway, I think I'm running out of time, because I haven't gone to Sunday yet. That was just what happened on Saturday. Oh, so the last thing that happened on... Stop lagging. Because when it kind of lags, you think you're slowing, but you actually aren't. Anyway, so as I went back to London, I took a train from Reading. It started at Reading and it was to London Waterloo, and I got off at Clapham Junction and changed to another train, as most people do. And at Ascot, it was South Western Railway, by the way. At Ascot station, it was absolutely mental. It was an 8-coach train, and there were just sort of normal amount of people. That's the wrong ticket. And then at Ascot, just loads of people just flooded. It was absolutely mental. I think they might be having some sort of party there, because I smelled quite alcohol-y. And they just flooded. The train was completely jam-packed and not everyone got on. I should have my doors opened here. Not even everyone got on. I was quite tired. It was just, and those people, they were quite drunk, some of them. Oh my boss! I think at some station the guard announced that the train crew, because at Staines another train crew is supposed to take over, and he or she just didn't show up beforehand. Well, the train crew showed up eventually. Well, it didn't cause any delay, but the guards was just to be nice to announce it earlier, and those people just shouting wankers. What the bloody hell is wrong with them? And also, I think they were watching football. They were just so antisocially loud, which was annoying. I was about to call the police by that. Actually, I lied. I was about to tell them to shut up because it was a quiet carriage. You shouldn't be that loud anyway, even if it isn't a quiet carriage. If it is a quiet zone, you should be less loud. Not even as loud as I am right now. It was just stupid, okay. Anyway, it just carried on. And at Clapham Junction, there was some... I think a lot of them got off and also shouting and saying their thing, sentence. Oh, slogan, yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Saying there's some sort of party slogan stuff. Anyway, that's enough for Saturday. On Sunday, I went to London, and the first place I went, I think, was King's Cross. I think I actually went to Victoria, but I did a little bit of not shopping, spotting there. And by the way, on Saturday, the last bit I did was train spotting. Anyway, on to Sunday now. It was the first day of LNER. I was aware and I was going to take some photos, that's why I went to King's Cross. It was actually quite fun, to be honest. Nothing really special. I actually kind of feel sad for VDEC. Yes, VDEC, Virgin Trains East Coast. But I kind of wasn't, because really no company lasted long enough on the British Railway network, given that when it just got privatised, none of the companies last as long as... Hello? Hello? Oh shitty hell, you can stop lagging, you stupid game. You can go away now, you stupid pedestrian. I've noticed that on my bus the frame rate is slower. Not that rather smart, but it's going to be a nightmare. I hate supercars, by the way. Because I hate loudness, you know what I mean? That's one of the reasons why I don't quite like the loud... I do like diesel engines, but I don't like loud ones. Because I just don't like loud... Go away! Anyway. I'll reverse a bit. Okay, were you actually waiting for the traffic light there? What a stupid pedestrian in the world that is. I went there. The first thing I got was... apparently it was doing Virgin. I wasn't sure whether it was Virgin or LNER. But then I later discovered that it was LNER. Because Virgin don't go to King's Cross anymore, because I know that they still have some other services, but not to King's Cross anymore. I also, of course, saw some HSTs in Virgin livery still. So it was quite funny.
Haltestelle U- und S-Bahn Jungfernstieg. Übergang zu den Linien U1, U2 und U4 sowie den S-Bahn-Linien S1 und S3. Übergang zu den Alsterdorf.
Stop lagging, please.
Next stop, Jungfernstieg. Please exit here for Alsterdorf trips. Change here for rapid transit lines.
So I was up for first day of LNER. Just for a short bit. Got some standing HSTs. Got a ready to depart Intercity 225, and of course got a video of that. I think got some idling video of HST as well. Really? Really? That was the problem with glitching. So, I actually did something quite stupid. I didn't really stay there for too long, so my plan was to do some London stuff somewhere else as well. And it was because I walked to Euston and did some stuff. I didn't train spot after that, I guess. I'm not quite sure. I went to spot buses and ate. They like eating. But what stupid thing I did was that I was supposed to visit National Gallery. Luckily I didn't, otherwise I would have lost more time. But I was supposed to do that for my art homework. But I'd rather get punished for not doing homework than missing a spotting opportunity. So, sorry, this place is a bit high intensity brain work place, and I got on the curb because it's lagging. When it's lagging, you don't exactly know where you're going. Anyway, the stupid thing that I did was not visiting the National Gallery. But that doesn't matter, because anyway. But relating to spotting thing, the stupid thing I did was I forgot to take LNER free shopping bags and pens. As you know, the counter on the first day they kind of give away these stuff, gifts. I guess that's how you can call it. Oh, stop lagging. I was going to take some, you know when it lags and the passenger waits, they wait for the lag time as well, and then they just complain about you not giving a ticket to them. You see that it was printing. So I kind of feel bad for it, because I kind of wanted to get some, because I'm a train spotter, a railway enthusiast to be specific. I'm a good engineer as well. I kind of didn't feel bad, because I would lose it anyway. I'm not good at keeping stuff. I should learn to. That's a long story of why I'm not good at keeping stuff. I'm improving on it, by the way. So.
Nächste Haltestelle. Hier hat Hauptmann Platz.
This is 25 speed limit zone. Did it actually go up to 22 degrees on my bus just because of the automatic aircon? aircon slash heating. We use cyclists. How fast is cycling? I think that's your normal speed. I think I can cycle to 20 kilometers per hour. I think you can. Oops. So yeah. Why did I hit the curb again? I think I wasn't steering enough. It was lagging. Now I'm very late. But I'm almost towards my end anyway. Not my end, the end of the route. So basically, I was being dizzy that day. I'm actually being dizzy today as well. Well, that day was yesterday to me. This is recorded on the 25th of the 6th June. 25th of June 2018, which is halfway to Christmas. As you know, I really love Christmas. It's very important to me. It's literally my favorite time of the year. Sort of, you're not getting one pass. Where was I? So I was extremely dizzy. Because I went to King's Cross platforms and did some photos. I think I went to St Pancras to not get some photos. Hello. I think this is what happened when I drove the Van Hook AGG 300 on April Fools. This is exactly what happened when I drove Van Hook AGG 300 on April Fools. If you scroll through my videos, I travel in this direction as well, on this map, on this route, and at this place, it happened. Anyway, I was wandering around King's Cross inside and out, and I decided to go for lunch. So I ate wasabi at King's Cross. For those of you who don't quite know about Britain, wasabi is the brand of restaurant, because sushi and bento, basically fast food or already prepared food stuff, Japanese style, British Japanese I'd say, not very authentic, but I prefer British Japanese food than authentic one. Same applies to Chinese. No offense, I do prefer westernized Asian food to authentic Asian food. Anyway, so I was eating wasabi. I wasn't eating the green thing, not that, although I'd like to, but I was eating the restaurant. Do I call it a restaurant? Probably do. At King's Cross, because I was feeling a bit trainy. I was thinking, well, I'll get the LNER thing after that, and after that I didn't. Hello? Stop lagging. Stop lagging, thank you. I think this is why I'm late. It's the lag stopping my because when it lags I'm not.
Nächste Haltestelle, Hauptbahnhof ZOB.
Because when
Übergang zu allen U- und S-Bahn-Linien, den Regionalverkehrslinien, den Fernbahnen und den Fernbuslinien. Diese Fahrt endet dort. Bitte alle aussteigen.
Next stop,
Oh.
Hauptbahnhof ZOB. Please change here for Central Station and long distance buses. This bus terminates here.
did that guy just say long distance buses? You scumbag, the coaches. Anyway, in German, a bus and a coach are the same. Not in English, unless you're American. So, but well, because when it lags, I haven't got a gut to go faster. don't know why these people are here waiting for the bus. Me. 8 frames per second is fantastic. That's actually very low. But it's sort of common in OMSI too to have such a low frame rate, but it's kind of undrivable at that low frame rate. So, where was I? Yeah, I was about to get some LNER free stuff after lunch, and then I didn't. I think I went to Euston and carried on with my bus stuff. I just realised when I left. How funny is that? I was being stupid. But anyway, in conclusion, it was actually a very good experience because today, it was right before the half Christmas. Because if you know me well, you probably know that I've been singing Christmas carols all year. I probably shouldn't do that, but I automatically do it anyway. So actually, anything relating to Christmas, I get excited. I even get excited on the 25th of every month. I'm not even joking. So let me think. 23rd, and also on the day I went to Reading, I forgot to mention about that. On the day I went to Reading, 23rd, it was a Saturday. It was actually the 1 year anniversary of my bus account. When I say bus account, I actually meant sporting account. It's a bus underscore enthusiasm. It's meant to confuse people if you look at my post and read it. So it was quite exciting. I went to Reading on that day. It was fantastic. So thank you very much for those who supported my channel and account. I'm supposed to be resting there, so I'll go there. And I hope you have a good day. Good night in a bit. Stop. Let me have a look from outside to see what's up. That's a bit gay. Anyway. So it's about a bit like my account's birthday, not my birthday. My account's birthday. Together with the nearly Christmas thing. Also on the 23rd, which was the day I created my account, a half year before that, 23rd of December 2017, I was in Basingstoke with Mitch. And did some Christmassy, not quite, but very tiny bit of Christmassy stuff. That was a bit fun experience as well. Hello, you see that's a original one. Also, if you don't get the Hamburger bus packed, the 3 bus thing, not the 3 generation, but a new one, the one that includes the one I'm driving. If you don't get that, you get the AI version of that with this map, which you can't drive, but if you do that, they change the AI version to the drivable one. Okay, go away, go! I don't think I'm ready for the next run, so no. It's supposed to go away so I can stop there, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, let me stop my stuff. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my video, and continue supporting my channel, and for those of you who actually love me, I probably love you as well. So thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Good night.